Hello everyone, it's Jen from Old Tinker Studio. In this tutorial, we will be learning how to use actions for animation in Blender 2.83. The link to the free Vincent rig is in the description. So let's get on with the tutorial. Actions in Blender record and contain the data from the animation. When you animate a character or an object, the animation is saved to the actions. Actions can be used to make an action or pose library for your animation. This library can be used to save and apply certain actions and poses to be used in later parts of the animation. This cuts down on the need for continuously reanimating the character or object. Upon animating a character or object, the adding of keyframes creates an action in Blender. Actions can be managed in the Action Data Block menu in the Dope Sheet Action Editor. For our first action, we will make a very simple idle animation. First, we place our character in the initial pose. We add a new action by clicking on the New button in the header of the Action Editor. We can then rename our action Idle. We need to add keyframes for location and rotation on frame 1. So select all the bones and add a keyframe. Now move to frame 20. Then select and move the bones. Then select all of your moved bones and add keyframes. To complete the idle animation, go back to frame 1. Select all your keyframes by clicking on the top keyframe. Copy them with Ctrl-C. Go to frame 40 and paste them with Ctrl-V. Then change your end frame to 40. Now play your animation and make any changes as necessary. Then save this animation as an easily identifiable name. This will be the beginning of an animation library. Just remember to use save as so you don't overwrite the original Vincent rig. Since we will be making a second action for this same character, click on the shield icon to make a fake user. This will force Blender to save the unlinked actions so that we can use them later. Now, click on the new action icon and name the new action Wave. Select the keyframes on frames 20 and 40 and delete them. On frame 10, move the bones to the initial position of a wave. Insert keyframes for location and rotation on the affected bones. Move to frame 20 and rotate the wrist to the character's right. Insert keyframes for location and rotation for the affected bones. Move to frame 30 and rotate the wrist to the character's left. Then insert keyframes for location and rotation for the affected bones. Move back to frame 1. Select all the keyframes and copy them. And then paste them on frame 40. Then save this animation with an easily identifiable name. If you have a request for a tutorial or a question about Blender, feel free to leave a comment. If you're interested in learning more about 3D art and animation, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.